So today we are making fairy cakes from the BBC food website. So, and my niece is with us today, not Theo. So she's going to help and show how easy it is to make fairy cakes, because it does say easy fairy cakes. So, ingredients, we have got
eggs, flour,
self-raising,
and
caster sugar,
vanilla, and butter.
Speak up. Okay, so that is what we need. So we're going to get started. So I've already preheated the oven, which should be at 180 degrees or 160 degrees fan. And it says to line 2 fairy holes, but I've only got 1 at the moment. So you can do that first if you want. Put in them. Mine are squares. I like squares. I'm weird. So just put them in. Get those cases in, and then we'll start doing this. I will just measure the butter first and make it super soft. It is quite soft because it's been out and it's sunny today. Grams of butter. How many? 110 grams of butter. Well, it's Marge. We're using Flora butter. Dairy free. Oh, look at that, 111. Special. Doesn't matter if it's a couple of grams over. So we'll go with that. I'm just going to give it a bit of a chop.
Also got the right amount of
If there's more left over and we can't fill it up, we'll just do another batch after when they come out. Doesn't matter too much, you can leave it for... Right, so I've just softened that up, because then once the sugar goes in, you can do that. Right, so you then need 110 grams of caster sugar. Let me get you a little spoon. Just break it up a little bit. Right, do you want to measure 110 grams into there? Clever, using the big chunks. Hopefully we've got enough. Oh, what are we on?
No.
It's alright. That'll do. Again, doesn't matter if it's a little bit over. By the time you're mixing it, you'll... Right, so you have to cream that together. Do you know how to cream? Right, so you can do it with a handheld mixer. I don't have one of them. And I'm not going to use my stand mixer for a small batch of cakes. So all you do is you take this and you like squash it into itself. So you're squashing the sugar into the butter until there's no clumps of sugar and it's smooth. Yeah? You do that?
Yeah.
Will you just keep doing that for me? What do we do? Right, so cream the butter and sugar together in a bowl until pale. Beat in the eggs and a little at a time. So if I crack some eggs into a little bowl, they can then be tipped in a little bit at a time, can't they? So 2 eggs. You should always, as well, put your eggs in a separate bowl before you put them into your stuff. Do you know why?
Don't get, make sure there's no shells in.
Yeah, make sure there's no shell, and make sure your eggs haven't gone bad. because you don't want to have a recipe and then put an egg in it and you have to throw it all away because your eggs have gone off. And you don't want to be using gone off eggs, do you? I can't imagine it tastes very nice. Right, this said slightly beaten, so I'm just going to do that with them. Because we can use that. That looks pretty good. Right, so just scrape it off because then we're going to use the whisk to beat it. Right, so there you go. If I tip this in slowly, a little bit at a time. Oh, that was probably a bit more than a little bit, but it's fine. Give it a really big, get it all in. Ready? That bit. Good whisking. It's easier with a 11-year-old than it is with a 6-year-old. This would have been everywhere by now if it was Theo doing it. Right, ready for the last bit? There we go, get all that mixed in. Right, so, and stir in the vanilla extract. Right, so it says 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So, I'm always been a bit of a winger when it comes to vanilla. Okay. And go give that a mix in. Right, so the next step is fold in the flour. So, do you know what it means when it says to fold in the flour?
No.
Right, that's fine. So, we got to measure the flour. How much does it say we need?
110.
110 grams of flour. So, this is why I always have so much washing up in my house. You let me know when it says it's on 110.
So, no. Come.
There we go, 111. Now, because obviously the butter was 111, oh, it's gone to 110 anyway, and stuff. It doesn't matter. Right, so to fold, what you do is you go in, over, in, over. So you're not mixing like you're just folding it over on itself to get the flour to incorporate into the mix, yeah? You do it? Now, add a little milk until the mixture is a soft dropping consistency, and then spoon the mixture into the paper cases, half full. So we'll see how many we get. So I'll get some milk out. And again, doesn't matter. Baking is all about learning different things, and sometimes you find things that are actually easier to do than what they are. Right, so if I add a little bit of milk in, and then you give it another mix, yeah? Get the milk in. What do you want to make next? What do you want to come and help me make next time? Is there anything you want to make?
Have you done brownies?
There's brownies coming up at some point. You can come help me do some brownies. Yeah? Right, let's have a look.
Are you going to ever do a chocolate fudge cake, maybe?
Maybe. I've got all of the things printed off in that plastic wallet there. Every single week's printed off till next August. Well, July. So that, I would say, maybe a tiny bit more milk, just because it doesn't drip or drop. Not too runny though, we don't want it too much. You still want it to, right, there we go. There you go. 11 minutes that's took you. Not bad. Right, so now let me put my milk back in my fridge. We've got to put them into here. So we can use this spoon that was used for the flour. So you're just taking a spoon, putting it in. Just do one like that in each of them, and then we can go back and fill them over. Yeah? You do that. Doesn't matter if you make a mess. That's the whole point. So once you've filled them, they go in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes or until golden brown on top and a skewer inserted into one of the cakes comes out clean. I always try my best to aim for the middle of the cakes or cake, just because obviously the middle cooks slower. Then set aside to cool for 10 minutes and then remove from the tin and cool on a wire rack. It also then gives us the recipe for making some icing, which we will do. So we can show you the icing side of it and the decorating side of it too. But super quick, super easy. Right, so now just go back round just to fill the cases up. We're using Halloween cases, even though it's August. But everything in my house is Halloweeny, isn't it? All the time. No matter the time of year. See, even I'm making a mess. Scrape it off. You just hold that for me. I did. That's exactly the one I was thinking. And maybe that one. So that has, for us, made 12. Obviously, if you're using miniature cases, it will make a lot more. So we're going to put these in the oven, and then we will come back when they come out the oven. Okay, so we have got them out of the oven now. Nice little golden brown. So we're going to make some icing sugar. She's chosen hot pink. So, tell you what, if we move them, right, all we need is a spoon. So if you want to just spoon like whatever into the icing sugar. I mean, the recipe says 300 grams icing sugar, 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, food colouring, and then sprinkles. So you just wing it with icing sugar. I do. You could probably tip it, to be honest. Now, it's a little bit clumpy, but we can break that up with the spoon before we put water in it. So you just put as much on as that. There you go. Yeah, there you go. And just push down the hard bits. I mean, you can sieve it, but my sieve's wet, so it won't work because I use my sieve for something else. So, but once you start mixing it with water, it dissolves. So you want to just take a little bit of water in at a time and then mix that into the water. And then you add more sugar if you need to, more water if you need to. We probably want to add more sugar. We don't want it super runny, but you don't want it super thick either. Right, so let's just be aggressive. So that is way too runny. That's my fault. I put too much water in. So just, thing is though, once you've made it, if you need to save it, you can, or you just eat it, which is what Theo would do. He would just eat it. Bad parenting, maybe, I don't know, but does it matter? Right, so that is now probably too thick, but just try and get some clumps out. Thing is, you want it so that you can put it on the cake. In fact, that's probably all right because we're going to add some liquid colouring in. So sort of like this, so it drops off. I love watching that happen. Right, so a little bit of this in. Always start with a little bit because you can add more. Want to mix that? I mean, we're not really set on a colour, are we? It's just whatever comes out, so it doesn't matter. But obviously, if you were making it for a certain colour, you would add little bits at a time until you get the colour that you want. Happy with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then all that's left to do is put it on your cakes. So do you want to put that onto the cakes, and then you can put some, we've got some heart sprinkles. So you've got 12 to do, so just do a bit at a time. I mean, you can make more if you need to, so, but you don't need loads because they're only little cakes anyway. It's up to you whether you dollop it or you spread it or you just let it spread itself. Nice. If you leave it for a minute, it'll spread out a bit as well. So if you dollop them on and then leave them to spread out a little bit themselves, and then you can sort of mix it. So you just, I'll tip them a bit, get it moving a bit, yeah? And then you go back and fill them in. I'll get the sprinkles out. We've just got some pink and red hearts. spread it out a bit with the back of another spoon. How easy do you think this recipe's been? Easy?
Mm-hmm.
Think you could do it on your own?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. Is that a challenge next time? You do it all by yourself? Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Maybe you do the eggs though.
I'll crack the eggs into a bowl for you. It's actually really easy to crack eggs once you know how to do it. Crack them a little bit on the sides, and then you stick your fingers in the crack to pull it apart. That's how I learnt to do it. Because it's so hot here today, it's setting these super quick. Right, do you want to come to this side? Put sprinkles on them and I'll finish these ones. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. You can start doing these ones if you want, the ones that have been spread out. Don't think these are going to last very long, are they? I think everyone's going to be wanting what. I don't think we've even got enough for all our family, have we?
I think so.
No. I mean, I won't have one because I don't like icing. It's like you've made little love cakes, haven't you? There you go. Happy?
Yeah.
Are you going to try one?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Grass and
Which one are you going to try? Which one are you going for?
Mm-mm.
Well, pick one. Nice. There you go. Give it a bite and then you can tell everyone whether it's nice. So this recipe does give you a few recipe tips if you want them. So it gives you, if you're using butter rather than breaking spread, it's crucial to soften it first to ensure it will easily combine with the other ingredients to make light fluffy cakes. Are they light and fluffy?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Amazing. Well, there we go. Thank you.